Tell me when I can exhale.
Hello, everyone. We are now live. And Michael's hit his head. Are you all right, Michael?
I'll live.
You'll live.
Yeah.
He's been showing off his property. He's been going around the property, finding the perfect place for lights. We're good to go. We're good to go, Michael. So let me just introduce your channel quickly.
Okay. But just for the record, this is not my property. I am house sitting. I'm a homeless person.
Oh, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Living off the land, that kind of thing, eh? It's quite windy there.
I know. That's what I was telling you. Yeah, there's a storm coming.
Oh, and you're sitting outside.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. You what?
I live dangerously.
Yes, I realized that with the video that you made. The very interesting, unusual, kind of slightly risque shout-out video you made of my lovely channel, Cliff's Dark Gems, and calling it top 5 epic fails from Cliff Murray. And everyone seemed to love it, so that was okay. So
yeah, it was just funny.
Yeah.
It was funny how nervous I was about posting that. I think you were too, because I told you ahead of time I was going to do this, and we were both kind of, yeah, we should, but
nervous. Yeah, I was a bit nervous. I wasn't sure what you were going to call it or how far you were going to go, but I was pretty happy with the result. It was pretty good. But I just
the results were very positive. I was very happy too.
Yeah, I just want to shout out your channel, which, as I say, you're a very interesting special booktuber with a very unusual take on things, which is, I think, what people really enjoy. You've got a very interesting take on books, and you're not afraid to take risks, and that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. There's too many people that on BookTube that just won't go anywhere near where you go, and that's kind of boring, I think. So it's actually a positive trait. You're not afraid to take risks, and you put yourself out there. And yeah, I love your channel for that. And I love your channel for your sense of humor as well. And talking of your sense of humor, I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself, about where you come from. I know you're French, right?
Sometimes, yes. It's not my fault. Yeah. I had no choice in the matter. But yes.
But tell me a little bit about where you're from and your background, because I know in Goodreads, your author profile, it talks about musician background. It talks about a stand-up comedian, which I can kind of understand watching your channel.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about all of that stuff.
I will do so happily, Cliff. But I have a question for you first. Are you able to see the people, the commenters, the people who are on the chat?
I am. Are you on full screen?
Oh, geez, that sounds very technical.
No, is that black part around the pictures? Is it full screen?
No, there are other things on my screen, like white spaces.
Yeah, on the right, you should be able to see the comments. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the comments now quickly, and we're going to say hello to everyone. Okay? Should we do that?
You know what? You know what? I found a button that says comments, and I clicked on it, and now I see them. Because I'm a tech genius.
Okay, well,
so I'm
going to say hello to people. Alicia, how you doing? Crits wants me to do a yo, yo, yo. Okay, that's what she wants. Yo, yo, yo. And then Alicia wants that as well. You beat me to it. Leslie, how you doing, Leslie? Good to see you.
You've got a tagline, Cliff. I didn't realize that.
I've got a what?
You've got a tagline. Tagline. Yeah. You've got a line that people recognize you for.
Exactly.
Nicely done. Yo, yo, yo.
Whoa, Cliff is wearing buttons. Yes, I am. I've decided just for a special occasion with Michael, because he pointed it out on his video, I'm not going to make any kind of, this is not going to happen very often. And as you can see, there's no button at the top here, so I might look a little bit strange, but that's okay. It's summer here, so I'm all right with it. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to make a habit of this, Michael.
Hey, you look great. I appreciate. I'm honored that you've made the effort. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Just a little effort. Yeah. Literally love. Hello, I'm so excited to watch the two of you together live. Yeah, we're excited to be here. Then Kat. Hey, Cliff and Michael. Good morning, everyone. It's actually coming to evening where we are. Hey, Michael.
Good morning.
Cheers, Michael. Cheers, Michael.
Cheers. Good morning to you, Cliff.
It's an epic cup of coffee over next to me. Okay. Good morning, everyone. And then Cat Jen. Okay, let's go.
That's a lot of people, and I recognize everyone too. That's great.
Yeah, they all dig your channel. Christine, Coco. Oh, we got a lot of people here. Okay, this is someone I don't know. I have to hit tab. What's it? Pete the Book Lover. Hello, everyone. Hello, Pete. How you doing?
Hello, Pete.
Hello. Is he one of yours, Michael? I'm asking if he's one of yours, Michael.
Yeah, I heard you, but I'm not going to claim anyone.
Hey, look, my wife has made an appearance. Hello, everyone. Okay. I'm technology challenged at times too, Michael. By the way, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. We forced the... Okay. Hey, Gareth. There's a new face. Hi, guys. Love the... Thanks, Gareth. Book songs and other magic. Okay. And then Angel Walker. Hi, Michael. Hi, Cliff. Team Michael. Hashtag Team Michael.
No, I mean, I appreciate it, but there's no competition here. But
no competition. Yeah, but as I was saying, Michael, tell me about your background as a stand-up comedian and a musician. I'm interested to hear that. I read about that, and I'm very interested to hear that.
Yeah, so I started out as a musician. Really, and then I transitioned to composition, like classical music, chamber music, opera, stuff like that. And then I kind of lost my mind, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of a long dark story. Back in the mid 2000s, and so I had to get out of the music thing, sold my instruments, and had to leave Paris actually because I just kind of snapped.
In Paris.
So
yeah,
this was in Paris, and then this was back in 2014. I left. I thought I would move to Portugal and just retire there, but I only stayed a year and then kept moving around. Yeah, so the music thing is that's a whole different conversation, and it's kind of not something I love to visit because it's kind of it was my whole life. Music.
Sorry to bring it up. You don't have to go there.
No, it's a normal thing. It's just kind of weird to. I was working on an opera, and when you're composing, you have to spend so much time listening to sounds inside of you, and imagining sounds, and then transcribing them for the musicians to play. And I wasn't very good at it actually, but I spent so much time concentrating on sounds and imaginary sounds that I became hyper aware of all sounds around me to an absurd degree, and to the extent that sounds became painful for me. Like I could enter a room and I could detect, what appliances were plugged in and electricity, and it was all quite painful to me, and especially the people speaking to me. I had to wear earplugs and then headphones, and on top of them, it was a very, very bad situation. Yeah. So I ended up I couldn't do that anymore. So I sold my instruments and I moved to Portugal, and I decided, well, I need to find some kind of career that involves no sound at all. So that's what I went back to writing. Yeah, because I'd been interested in writing when I was a teenager, but it was music that consumed me from then on. But then after this episode with the hyperacusis, I dedicated myself to writing.
Yeah, I actually admire you for writing
literature.
Literature, yeah.
So that's kind of the story.
Well, we're going to talk about your book just now. But I admire you for actually writing, because I've also wanted to write. And I'm one of those people that are passionate about reading. I love the BookTube. I love what I'm doing now. But it's like, I actually tried to write a short story last year. And it's kind of got through about the first chapter. And then I just got this block. And people were saying to me, just go through it. You know what I mean? It's no problem. Just fight your way through it. You can finish the story. And I got to a point, and everyone was saying, this is brilliant. Why don't you carry on writing? Because I didn't know what to write about. I hit this block. And I really feel like I've got to write the story one day. I've got to write it, and I've got to submit it, and I've got to make an effort. But at the moment, I'm so into my channel, and I'm enjoying it, and reading, and meeting people, that it's something really difficult for me right now. Yeah. But
do you know how the story is supposed to end?
Can I just ask you? Sorry, you asked me first. Let's stay on the subject.
Okay. Oh yeah, no. Do you know how your story is supposed to end?
I have a vague idea. I have like kind of a very vague idea, but I just can't get to the next part. It's too weird. It's too bizarre. And it's one of those stories that have like it's kind of, you've been here before, that kind of story where it's kind of a deja vu sort of thing, without giving anything away. So yeah, I just find it really difficult to carry on with the story, but I'm going to try. And if I can make it work, I'll put it in for that. But let's talk about your book, reading your stories. Yeah. I've been reading your stories called Tales to Tell Your Children. If they're naughty, what's the rest of the thing? Show the book.
It's called Stories to Tell Your Children, Assuming You Are a Very Bad Parent. Yeah. It's a collection of tongue-in-cheek modern horror fables. I don't know if it's really for children. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to parent, but
I'm going to say that it's not for children. I'm going to say, from the stories that I've read, that book is not for children. It does feature a lot of children being killed. So yes.
Children.
In fact, the first story, it features a child being killed in a very horrible way. So not really for children.
That's very on brand for me, by the way.
Yeah. Would you call it high literature? I'm not sure if I would call it high literature.
No, definitely not. I do have some high literature. It doesn't sell very well, but I have some of that as well.
No, I saw that your high literature actually has much better ratings than the Stories to Tell Your Children. But I don't know, the stories that I've read from that book, I really enjoyed them. The writing's good, and it's original, it's creative, but I'm not going to go overboard. It's good.
Yeah, don't. It's silly. It's not high literature. It's just goofy fun.
Yeah.
If you think killing children is fun, which apparently I do.
Yeah. Should we check on the comments quickly?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Hang on, where were we? Okay, hang on. Oh wait, sorry, before that. Hey, bad. How's it bad? Bad is rat. And then Secret of Nim. Hi, Nim. Thanks, Nim. Okay. Gareth again. Bizarre can be great. Just let it happen if you can. You can always tweak it later. Yeah, I'm going to try. And actually, I saw a comment of yours earlier commenting about music, because this guy's a musician as well. But yeah, that is rad.
And Cliff, can I just backpack or back? No, is that the word? Piggyback? Yeah, piggyback off of that comment. Now I want to piggyback off that comment that he said, because I would say the advice I'd like to give to young writers or new writers is just your only goal when you start out is to finish the story, and don't worry if it's good or bad. You'll worry about that later. Just the first goal is just to finish, and even if it's bad, it doesn't matter, because you'll go back and rework it, and you'll rework it with a better sense of what the story's about. So don't try to write anything good. Just try to finish it.
Just finish it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's good advice. Because I've kind of killed myself over that a little bit towards the end of last year, because I missed the deadline of submitting a story simply because I did not know how to go about finishing it. Okay, let's keep going. Michael,
my first drafts are always terrible.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
Have you found horror read?
Yes, I finished His Pain, and that will be my next video. I will talk about that. So I'm gonna keep my thoughts close to my vest for the minute.
You don't want to give it.
I read it. I read it in basically one sitting. It's relatively short. I have mixed feelings about it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. By the way, hi, Nim. Okay, I'm starting reading the Orthography of Madness and Misgivings, and it's great. Excellent.
Oh, thank you, Alicia.
Okay, I think I picked the children's book, didn't I, Michael?
Yeah, I know it's not really a children's book, though, is it? It's just the more light. It's a lighter.
Yeah.
It's a silly one. I expressed the silly side of me.
It was a cheaper one.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's not really intentional. It just comes out. And I don't really hate them. I just think it's fun to kill them. I mean, you know.
Do you want to go back a little while and tell us about your childhood, Michael?
Do I want to tell you
go
about
back?
No, I have successfully I have successfully repressed most of my childhood, so I really have no idea.
Okay, so we don't want to dig it up on this show.
Okay,
you don't want to dig it up on the show.
No, that would be weird.
Okay, that would be weird. Okay. Is this your new book? Smart or Dumb People?
Yeah, I would say smart people.
Smart people.
I mean, that's a good question, but yeah, I mean, the most recent is this one, Delirium's Muse. Yeah, I think it's kind of smart-ish, because it's definitely a homage to writers that I love. There's some Edgar Allan Poe and Shirley Jackson and Clive Barker references, or you can see my influences. I wear them on my sleeve, and I think those writers are pretty smart.
I think even your children's story, Michael, even your children's story, the first one, the way that you described that monster, the way the monster was coming out of the earth, it was very Clive Barker-ish, eh? I can see the influence of your love for Clive Barker in that, the way you described that story. Very imaginative, and yeah, it was kind of fun. And of course, the sticky ending as well. Very, very, very nasty.
Okay.
what happened to that child was, it was a very Clive Barker kind of body horror sort of thing, you know?
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you.
Yeah. What is this?
It's no Mexican Gothic, but it's all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Mexican Gothic, I think with that children's book, you might talk about that in a little bit of a higher...
Christine says, don't feed his...
more literary, but Mexican Gothic is not a bad book.
It's not a bad book, no. It's not a bad book.
How do you struggle? What do you struggle with? What do you struggle with, Michael?
Well, specifically for that book, it just got so much hype that it doesn't deserve, and it kind of frustrates, you know.
Okay.
Overhyped. It suffers from the hype, because if I had read it and I didn't, without the hype, I might have enjoyed it, but I had higher expectations for it. Also, it's YA, and I didn't know it was YA going into it.
It's not YA.
They should put that like a stick.
That's not YA.
Okay.
I don't believe that's YA.
Okay.
Only a comedian would have a book title like that. There's something that Roald Dahl would write. Peter the Book Lover.
I never read Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl's brilliant. Have you never read Roald Dahl?
No. Should I?
Oh, my words. Okay. He writes children's stories, but he writes adult stories as well. And he's brilliant. Okay. It's adult stories, so short fiction. Very, very, very good stories. You should actually try it out. But he writes
which is the one I should start with?
Tales of the Unexpected.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. I want to see if I can see it right here somewhere.
Is that for children or for adults?
Adults.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's definitely an author I should have read.
He's very good. Okay, only a comedian with a book title like that. Let's see where we're next. Enjoy the journey too for developing your writing. Yeah, I'm going to finish that damn story now. I've decided.
Do you have a title?
Michael. No, I don't have a title.
I do not feel guilty at all.
Michael, I had to iron Cliff's shirt for this occasion. I hope you feel very guilty.
I do. Well done, but I don't feel guilty. No.
Okay. I
live alone, so I have to iron my own shirts. So no guilt.
Yeah. That's why I wear t-shirts. You don't have to iron. Just hang them up and then they're ready to go. When I was in grad school, I actually had a professor who encouraged us to write a shitty first draft. You can go back and revise and edit, just get your thoughts out there. That's exactly what you just said. Yeah,
exactly. My first drafts are terrible. They're unreadable. But because I don't like to work with a blank page. So the first few hours, I'll just throw everything down on there. And it's terrible. But then when I go back and write the story for real, it already has somewhat of a form, and I have some idea, a clearer idea of what I'm writing.
Yeah. I need to finish a story. Like I said, I've got the first chapter, and I kind of know where this character's going. I'm not giving anything, but I just want to go there now. I look forward to watching a book review. That's for His Pain. What's it?
His Pain, yes. Have you read Wrath, Charles White? Or I think that's his name?
James White. I DNF'd Ross James White. I read one of his books. Oh my word. The Resurrectionist.
You DNF'd that one?
I DNF'd it all. You know what it's about?
Yes.
Do you know what it's about? Yeah.
Yes.
This guy coming back, resurrecting the dead, and then doing what he wants with them, and killing them and resurrecting them again over and over and over and over again. And it's very nice.
Right.
It's very nice.
Right.
But I found the characters weak. I didn't like the story. I have read extreme horror that I really enjoy, but if it doesn't have a story, forget it. It's just torture porn to me.
So what is the one that you finished?
The Black Farm, which I really enjoyed.
Okay. Yeah, I saw Bad is Rad her video on that.
We did a read on that. That was a very good book. Very disturbing though. Very, very hectic. And then also, what's his name? Off Season.
I love this game.
By Jack. Off Season by
Is that
Jack
extreme horror? Is that extreme horror?
That's pretty extreme. Yeah, that's pretty extreme.
Yeah, that was very difficult for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't read The Girl Next Door. Have you read that?
No. I've only read the Off Season. That's enough for me.
Yeah. Apparently, The Girl Next Door takes it to another level.
Yeah, I don't want another level. I'm fine.
Immediately just delivered. Sorry, so many questions here. Michael, do you read the new Neville yet? Did you read the new Neville?
Yes, Angel? Yeah, I read it back in December. We're talking about All the Fiends of Hell. Yeah, I read it back in December. Yeah, I will post my review of it April 2nd, the day it comes out.
Okay. Oh, you read wasn't this a guy that you interviewed?
Yeah.
Adam
Have you
Neville?
not read Adam Neville yet?
I think I've lost you, Michael. I've lost you. You back?
Am I back?
You back?
Have you not read Adam Neville yet?
I have not read Adam Neville yet. Am I in trouble now, Michael?
What are you doing with your life, Cliff? No, you're not in trouble. It's just, I mean, I have to put out another video, the top 6 epic fails now.
I'm trying to write the book. I'm trying to write the book. No, but I'm definitely he's on my radar.
Okay.
I'll get to him soon. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Then see, I have to jump through these. Delirium's Muse will be in my next Amazon haul. What is Delirium's Muse? Is that another one of your books?
Yeah.
Okay. Which book are you most proud of, Michael?
That's a tough question because maybe this one, except this is published by a publisher, so I don't get any money from it. So that's why I don't promote it. It's a horrible thing to say, but this one I self-published. This is a short story collection. This is kind of like 3 years of my writing career when I moved in different countries. So I group all the stories according to the country I was living in when I wrote them.
That sounds interesting.
And each section is prefaced with a short biographical passage about why I moved and my experience in that country. And I'd say about half of the stories in here were published in anthologies and literary reviews, but then I just collected them and published them myself. So this is kind of in its wide. There's horror, there's humor, there's literary fiction, surreal stuff. So this is probably the best representation of my work, but this is pretty good too. It's just I don't promote it because I don't get money. I mean, I'm unemployed and need money. But yeah, I'm proud of it as well.
Yeah. Was the children's one the first one that you wrote? What was the first one? What was your debut?
Well, the first books that are novels that I'm still shopping around to agents. So, and then this is kind of like these short stories. I guess some of them are early in my career. I think it dates back to 2015.
Okay.
So,
I think I'll pick that one up next.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick that one up next. Okay, let's see.
But I'm not having. Yeah. Delirium's Muse. Okay, good. I look forward to the reviews because Delirium's Muse hasn't really gotten many reviews, like 2 or 3 reviews. That's about it.
On Goodreads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, 2 of the best in one show. Of the best in one show.
Rod is always super positive. Love the positivity.
You know he's the author as well, eh? And
yes.
I reviewed one of his books. He actually wrote a very good story, short story collection. Very short stories, but they were a lot of fun. Okay.
What's the title?
The fear. There's something in the date. Rod, you're gonna have to help us here. Sorry, dude, I can't remember. What's it? The fear, the fury, and the date, or something.
The Fear.
It's just 3 little short stories that kick a punch. Believe me, they're pretty good.
Okay.
The Hero, The Fear, and The Day. That's it. Okay. I may have to check out the list. I love all the authors you mentioned. I just read In the Hills of Cities by Barker. Hey, that's a weird one, eh? That is a very, very weird one. Michael?
And We Have Always Lived in the Castle is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too. I love that book.
But In the Hills of Cities is one of Clive Barker's more strange short stories.
Is that from the Books of Blood as well?
Yeah. Have you not read that one?
Yeah, I think I just don't know the titles. That's the one where they play games. They play games to sorry?
Yeah, I say, what have you been doing with your life? I've
been reading Clive Barker. I just don't recognize the titles. That's the one where they play games to determine the future people's destiny?
No. There's 2 cities that play this game every 10 years or something. And the city is made of basically people.
Okay.
The person is made of the city. Remember, it's an absolutely strange, bizarre, weird story. That's where the city creates this huge figure, and they have to battle it out.
Okay, that rings a bell. But I read that back in the early 90s. It's a long time ago.
Hey, but this is your favorite author. You should know these stories, eh?
Hey, that's one of the side effects. When you suppress your childhood, you lose memories from...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, Michael, have you read a book called My Dark Vanessa? Or Glad My Mother Died? Do you read these kind of books?
Heard of. I have not. I've not heard of either of those titles, but I'll look them up. I gotta be honest with you. I don't love those titles.
What is it you don't like
about the titles? I don't know. I don't know. Glad My Mother Died. Do you read these kinds of books? I don't know what kinds of books they are because I'm not familiar with them. Mysteriously Skins. Okay, I mean, I'll check it out. I always like to read disturbing things. We'll see. I'll be posting in the next few days. I'll be posting my review of His Pain, and we could talk more about that later. It's going to be a mixed review, and I'm definitely going to tag you in it. It's going to be to her.
She loves extreme horror, so you should definitely tag her.
She loves it.
Extreme horror, so you should definitely tag her.
Yeah. That's why I read His Pain, because she's infectious. When her enthusiasm was infectious, I watched her video and said, okay, I have to read that now.
Okay.
I don't even own an iron. Good for you.
Good girl, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, that is right. Chris, me either. Look, what's an iron? Okay, it's just quick getting through these. It's like washing dishes. Whoa, what's it? It's like owning dishes that say hand wash only. Never going to happen. Okay, let's see if we got another question. All of my button-up shirts are from old days as an accountant, all wrinkle-free. Okay, and once again, I've been telling, I must read Adam Neville. Michael, do you have a favorite Neville book?
I definitely do. I also have a video where I rank all of his novels, so you should check that out. But I will give you a spoiler then. And my favorite is The Reddening.
The Reckoning.
The Reddening.
Oh, the reddening.
No,
okay.
No, the reddening, as in the color red.
Yeah. I heard reddening. Yeah.
But that was my first Adam Neville experience. So the first is always kind of special because it was a game changer for me.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's the best, but it was the one that hit me, the one that I remember the most fondly.
It's the one that popped your, put it lightly.
You cut out.
Yeah, probably just as well I did. Don't worry, you don't want to know what I just said.
Yeah, every time you say something silly, Cliff, I'm going to say you cut out and just see if you can say it again.
It's one of those things you only say once, and if you didn't get it, forget it.
Okay, fair enough.
It was your first time, basically.
It was my first. Yeah, it was my first experience. Yeah.
Okay, what have we got here? I've got Cunning Folk to read by Adam Neville. Want to get to it too. Cunning Folk.
Okay, yeah. Cunning Folk's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to see.
I'm a huge fan.
Say that again.
I'm a huge fan, and he's such a cool guy too. So
you got
which is really
three
nice.
episodes of. You got 3 interviews with him on your channel. You got 3.
Well, it was supposed to be. Well, it was supposed to be one interview, but we just kept talking, and so I just chopped it up into several videos. But yeah, I put it out in 3 different videos.
Yeah. So tell me about Clive Barker. I know you've got a top 10 Clive Barker as well.
Yeah, one of the first videos I put out. Yeah, he was very important to me as a reader. Very important to me as a reader because I guess my first horror experience was probably with Edgar Allan Poe back when I was in school, grade school, and I loved it. I was hooked. But then from there, my reading took a different path. I got into more like poetry and like heavy literature stuff, and it wasn't until the Books of Blood that I came across, like in the early 90s. And that really changed things for me, because I had this idea of horror, because this is coming off of the 1980s when horror was like slasher movies and it was kind of cheap and just for the shock value. And I had this idea. Well, you'll find this hard to believe, Cliff, but when I was younger, I promise you this is true. When I was younger, I was quite pretentious. Yeah, I know. It's shocking, right? Yeah.
No.
And so I know, and it's shocking. But so I kind of stayed away from horror because it was just Edgar Allan Poe, because I was just into high literature. But then when I read Books of Blood, the writing is gorgeous, and it was extreme, and it was daring, but it was also beautifully written.
Yeah.
So that kind of changed my idea of what horror was. Because horror can be great literature and also daring and shocking as well.
The
Books of Blood.
Yeah,
very instrumental to me in getting me to be a horror reader.
Yeah. I was going to say Clive Barker writes so beautifully, and he can describe the most disgusting, terrible things in the most beautiful way. Very few people have that gift, that he can describe body horror, monsters and awful things, and he can write it in the most beautiful way that you actually, that's just so gorgeous, right?
I love his mix of sensual and pain, like confusing pain and
pain and
sensual.
Yeah.
I found that very, very interesting.
Yeah. No, it's a mixture of horror and erotica. It's probably if I do it properly. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I know you had a question for me. You said before the show you had a question for me about something.
Well, I was saying that you are a generous reader. There are some questionable books. I've seen many of your videos, and there are questionable books that you found a way to love. And can you help? I am trying to be more generous as a reader. I want to meet a book on its level, and I was hoping maybe you could help me with that.
Well, I always try to look for something positive in a book, and if I finish a book, it's generally because I have found something to enjoy about the book. Even if I give a book 2 stars, which I have before a number of times, I've given lots of 2-star books, and I've been very clear on my channel why I don't like the book. But normally, if it's a book that I finish, then it's got some redeeming qualities that made me enjoy it in some way. You have to look at it in that way. And it's not about, as you said earlier, expectations. If you go into it with expectations anyway, you're going to be disappointed. You need to go and just read the book on its merit and enjoy it on its merit. Yeah, see what it's about and respond to it like that. And as you said, don't worry about the hype, but it's just hype. You got to take the book on its merit, just you in the book. You got your head in your hands there, like you don't know what I'm talking about.
That sounds difficult. I do. It just sounds very difficult to ignore the hype and go in with no expectations. Wow. Okay. I am no longer going into books blind, which is unfortunate. But unless it's an author I really know, I have to know something about the book.
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you some books that I was disappointed in that everyone loves. Frankenstein.
The worst book ever. The worst book ever. Thank you. Frankenstein is not a good book. It's an essay disguised as a novel.
You're gonna get a backlash.
No, it's not. I mean, it's an essay disguised as a novel, which itself is disguised as some letters. Cliff, you're not going to want to hear this, but I need 30 seconds because I noticed that my battery is dying and I need to go grab my cable. So can you talk amongst yourselves for 30 seconds? Yeah. Sorry. I'll be right back.
I'll just look for some interesting comments, guys. So in a time that he's gone, tell us about how terrible we are that we don't like Frankenstein. And let me look for some good comments here. Hey, all. Soon not to. We writers love each other, our stories, our babies. Okay, it's back.
Kind of. Okay.
Are you back with us, Michael?
I am kind of back, but I have to move the table now to be closer to the outlet.
Yeah, it lives in my brain too, Chris. It lives in my brain. Images in that book I'll never forget it. That's why I'm surprised Michael did. In the hills cities, Michael.
Lives in my brain.
In the hills, the cities.
Right. Yeah, man, that was over 30 years ago. I read that book or that story.
I think I'm the only one here who isn't an author or a booktuber. No. Doesn't matter. There are giants made up of hundreds of people. Remember, I tried not to give too much away, but basically it's the cities have this tournament where they turn every single man, woman, and child is attached to the whole. Is attached to the whole. Right. And it's just the most mind-blowing thing. Okay. I'm just going through this quickly. 2 cities of giants, men, women, and children, and their fights.
Yeah, now that you talk about it, I recall it, but it's not one of the stories that stood out to me the most from those collections.
Yeah.
I didn't care for Dark Vanessa. It was okay. Uh-oh. There's a fight going on in the comment section. That was exciting.
We're having more fun with the comments than with each other.
Very raw and interesting read. Okay.
I didn't care for that one either.
Oh, you're going down. Bad as Rad. It is going down.
Me neither, Lizzie. Hey, Bad. Hi, Flo. We've got a lot of people here. Awesome. I really love the reddening too. Layla, please don't destroy our internet here. Lie down good. Layla's here on the bed next to me. And the internet is very precariously placed to the laptop. So I'm just hoping she doesn't run. That'll be the end of our show.
Yeah, The Ritual is great too.
Yeah.
I still need to make a video on every book in horror. Extreme for
Extreme.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Peter the Book Lover, I have a question for Michael. Layla, careful.
I'm trying to read the comments too, but I don't have my reading glasses. That was a mistake on my part.
Okay. I have a question for Michael. I wrote a lot of poetry. None of the poetry I wrote is published. Is it a bad idea to post videos of my unpublished poetry?
It's a bad idea if you want your poetry to be published, because publishers really are only interested in unpublished things. Like once you publish it, even yourself or on a video, you're gonna have a hard time finding a publisher for it, because they would consider it a reprint at that moment, and those are much harder to get published.
Okay, here's a book.
So if you want them to be published, then you can't publish them yourself first. You can publish them yourself after they're published, but not. Does that make sense?
Okay. Oh, I must check out Peter's channel. I haven't checked out his channel yet. Peter the Book Lover.
But if you don't care if they're published or not, yeah, I put them out yourself, sure.
Yeah. Matt Lily, hello. Not me, is anyone? Okay. Good. We'll get there, bud. I still need to look at your books. I still have Danny from the book Return to the Black Farm. Michael, you would love Danny. He's a comedian, but dark sense of humor. You should actually read The Black Farm.
Should Michael.
I go? Yeah. Okay. I think if you can handle pretty dark stuff, but let's put it this way: if you struggled with off-season,
I did.
This is kind of worse, but the world building is better.
Okay. But off-season, I read that maybe 12 years ago, so I probably would do a better job with it now. Except you use the word world building, and that's like a red flag. Like, I don't know if I want world building in my stories. Makes me think of sci-fi.
No, well, what I mean by world building is that, well, the basic premise of the story is that you got this couple who have lost everything. Lost a job, has lost a child, they've got nothing to live for, so they decide to kill themselves. And they think by killing themselves, they're going to find peace. What happens is they wake up in the strange place called the Black Farm. That is absolutely horrifying, terrifying. And what goes on there and what happens there, and sadism and the creatures and that's what I mean by world building. So it makes a really good story. It's a very good story. A lot of people say that it's not written so well, this and that. I don't think so. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's on my radar, but you're scaring me when you say people are saying it's not written well. That's really very important to me. I can't get past like technical problems and weak writing, and it's very difficult for me to get past that. Oh, hey, Zvezda.
Have you got your kitty there?
Yeah, she's just come out. She's come out to see her fans.
Okay. So I think you would love it. I don't think you'd have a problem with it.
It's on my radar.
Okay, so we got hi Richard.
Yes, you want to come see your fans?
The Black Farm. It was good. Hey Richard.
It was good.
So you enjoyed it, yeah.
With an ellipsis. Okay. That's Exquisite Corpse was brilliant. Okay, yeah, I mean that's a fair point. She brings up a good. But have you read Exquisite Corpse, Cliff?
I'm still getting there. I haven't got there yet.
It's fantastic.
I read Lost Souls, and I really, really enjoyed Lost Souls.
Okay.
I read that recently by Poppy C. Bright, but I haven't read Exquisite Corpse. No, not yet. But I have heard it's brilliant. I want to get hold of that this year. Okay. My favorite behind Barker for body horror is Graham Masterton, the best. Yeah, he's pretty good for body horror. Eh?
Is he? I've only read The Devil in Grey. That's my only Graham Masterton experience.
Oh, Mirror is very good.
Is it?
And Devils of D-Day is great. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've heard good things about that. I'm not so the war context. But okay.
Black Farm is very good. Okay, we've gone to Black Farm. You read some great books. Of course I do. Thank you, Bad. I'm actually releasing my next video tomorrow. Is going to be, I'm doing my top 100 books of all time. And believe me, not all of them are going to be great literature. But I'm last week I did a 100 to 91. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing 90 to 81 and so on. So I'm still getting to the really good stuff, but I'm going to do a top 100. So it's a bit of a project of mine.
Yes, quite a project.
1980s trilogy, constant. Okay, let's skip through here.
Frankenstein's the worst. Yeah, I can't. It's shocking. It's shocking that it's like widely celebrated. She was only 19 when she wrote it, so I'm happy to cut her some slack. Like,
yeah.
Celebrate. Okay. It does make for a great drinking game, though. You read the first chapter, and every time you see the word wretch, take a drink and see if you can make it to the end of the chapter. Everything is a wretch there.
Okay. Awesome. I'm waiting for questions here. Not with anyone. I know that channel name. I love Frankenstein. Yeah, the one problem that I have about this book, the biggest problem I have with this book, is the character Frankenstein. He's an absolute turd. He's a horrible character. And he's so annoying. He cries about everything.
So weak. Yeah, he's so weak. Right? He's so upset that he like lies in bed for weeks.
2 weeks or something, and he's just like, oh, woe is me. And he doesn't take any responsibility for anything he's done. Like he's absolutely messed up this character. Everything he messes up, and he takes no responsibility at all. Right?
Yeah, he's so weak. So melodramatic.
I found that reading Frankenstein was a different experience than stuff being asked to dissect it. Yeah, maybe.
I didn't read it in school. I read it alone.
Yeah. It's funny when you're at school. Go on.
Generally speaking, books that are actually essays disguised as novels, that's a popular genre, and those never work on me. I want characters in a story to do the story. I don't really want to read an essay. Frankenstein really is more of an essay than an actual novel, an actual story. Those kinds of books are really popular in academia, like in schools, but they don't work on me.
Yeah. How about something like Lord of the Flies?
Yeah, I love that. But again, I read that when I was a kid, so I don't really remember the specifics. But I do remember enjoying it.
The reason I enjoy it so much, and it'll be in my top 100, is because I read it and I taught it. So yes, I studied it as a student. I read it as a kid. But when you teach something like that and the way you create the learning material for the kids, and you kind of divide up the class into teams and you create all this like interest in the book, that just made the book more enjoyable for me. So yeah, that's one of the classic kind of books that I really enjoy. Lord of the Flies. Yeah. Okay. This is like with John Saul being a personal friend of mine. So Seattle, people trash his classics all the time. Okay.
John Saul gets hate.
Yeah,
I've never seen any.
I don't hate his books, but I don't particularly enjoy them. Maybe I haven't read enough of them.
I've only read his first one, The Doll Who Ate His Mother. I quite liked it. I'll read it. I'll read more from him. But I didn't realize he gets. No, that's Ramsey Campbell. Yeah, Suffer the Children. Suffer the Children. That's the one I read. Yeah.
Yeah. I read that. That's about that castle by the ocean, and no, I can't even remember. And it turns into kind of like a slasher thing as well at the end. I can't remember, but the book I read by him is very forgettable.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound like Suffer the Children, what you're describing.
Yeah, it might be another one. Frankenstein.
I Will Fight Anyone. Bring it on. All right. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not good. It's not well written. It's not interesting characters. It's not a good book. It might be a good essay. Yeah.
Michael. And this is where your point earlier when you were telling me about how do you enjoy a book, appreciate a book. I gave Frankenstein 3 stars. It means I wasn't crazy about it. I didn't enjoy it that much.
That's quite generous.
There were still redeeming qualities for me. What spoiled the book, what made it good for me, excellent for me, was the character Frankenstein. I still think the writing, considering it was done by this girl when she was, 18, 19 years old, I still think the writing is actually pretty good. And I still think the story is not bad. But I could not stand, my reason for not liking it is a specific reason, is because I hated Frankenstein. I couldn't stand that. And so that's what for me. So if I went in there with a different kind of attitude, maybe I'd enjoy it more. Yeah.
I mean, you're okay with the monster who eavesdrops on his neighbors, and he learns German and French, and he learns all about geopolitiks, and he learns all about the travel routes throughout Europe just by eavesdropping on his neighbors for a few months. You're okay with that?
Just a very bright monster. Hey, a quick learner.
Silly. Yeah.
I actually should have cheered for the monster. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'll die on that hill. I'm fine. I mean, I'm happy that other people like it. It's just.
Okay.
I love John Saul. So Leslie, what's my second John Saul book going to be after Suffer the Children? I think I have The Unloved on my PR.
That might be the one I'm talking about. That might be the one I'm talking about, where it's this weird family, and there's this old matriarch or something, and people die, and it becomes a stupid slasher thing. I didn't enjoy it at all, and it's like almost like a coastal castle sort of gothic thing. I don't know. I did not enjoy it at all, but I might be wrong.
Okay.
You might enjoy it
because I need to finish that 1980 retrospective I started, and so that's why The Unloved is on my TBR for that reason. I need to discuss the literary merits of Frankenstein. Hasn't there been enough of that already? And the genius of Mary Shelley? Yeah, I think there's enough of that. I think we get it.
I think we're going to move on from there. I don't like Dark.
Yeah, Dark Vanessa is getting a lot of hate in the chat room, isn't it?
Yeah. Not a well-written book, in my opinion. Okay.
Wow. That's another thing. The technical aspect is very important to me, and a lot of readers can overlook that, and I simply can't, because I did so much. I've done so much editing in my life, editing and proofreading other people's books, that I can't turn that part of my brain off.
Yeah. I don't know if you people have been watching Bad. She films at different haunted spots around Texas. It's actually quite entertaining. I'm actually at a cemetery right now. Could not miss this show, my friends. So she basically travels to all these haunted locations around Texas where she lives, and finds the stories and finds out the myths it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, Bad as Rad at a cemetery is very on brand, I would say.
Yeah.
Readers who love Frankenstein.
We're moving on now. Where are you, Mark?
Where are you? I'm in the south. I'm in the south of France. For now, I need to move eventually, but right now I'm in the south of France. A small town. It's so boring. I don't care for Neville's writing at all. I guess I've been reading horror for over 50 years. So okay.
We're not going to go there.
Disagree. Bad going.
Because of my Dark Vanessa.
Yeah, Dark Vanessa is going down. Yeah, that ship is sinking. You should have read Off Season when it was first published. Yeah, except when it was first published, it was heavily edited by the publishers. So I read the translation. I read it in French, and it was by that time, it was the author's version that I read, which I think now in English is what is being published, is the author's version.
Yeah.
Well, when it was first published,
that's what you want to get your hands on.
Yeah.
Read The Black Farm. I'd like to know what you think of that.
I'll try, but I'm very skeptical because also there's a sequel to The Black Farm, and books that have sequels, that makes me nervous.
Okay. Oh, here's an interesting one. Richard Lehman, the most loved, hated author ever. You agree?
No. I hate Richard Lehman. I don't even want to talk about him. No, there's nothing. No.
He does write like a little schoolboy, hey? He's got no literary merit, but he's fun.
None.
He's fun. He's fun.
I'm baffled he was ever published. No. But I got nothing but hate. I mean, okay. There are other ways. There are other ways to have fun, Cliff. I don't know.
No, he's fun. The things he's got an imagination. He's fun. He doesn't have to write superbly well all the time. He's just got to go with it.
I've only read the first one, The Cellar, and it was gleeful child rape. It was disgusting. And it's not like it served the story, but he was just so happy about it. No. and it was sloppy writing. Nope.
I've seen some of them. Whoa. Are you there, Michael?
I'm here, yeah.
Yeah, I can't see you. Oh, there you are, yeah. They should read his Manitou books in Charnel House. Great.
I'm not reading Richard Lehman ever again.
You're not. You've only read one. Is that enough?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change your mind. I got to be honest with you. I read a couple that were pretty terrible, but I read a couple of really good ones as well. Very fun ones.
I don't believe that for a second. Yeah, well, aren't we supposed to do a Ramsey Campbell buddy read? Wasn't that going to happen?
You and me?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. We can if you want.
Okay, well, never.
What Ramsey Campbell do you want to read?
You said you had two Ramsey Campbell books that you own that you were going to read, and I said, hey, I'll read one of them with you if you want.
Okay.
And you said, let's do that.
Let's do it for next month. Let's talk and we'll do it for next month. Okay. Right. We'll choose one. Yeah.
I mean, that's what you said last month, but okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. What's the right word? Unenamored, or just not overly excited about Ramsey Campbell at the moment. I've read one of these. I've tried to read this collection of short stories, and just not working.
It's not working.
No.
I read his most recent. He came out with a book last year, and I read it just last month, and I thought it was excellent. So it's called The Lonely Lands. It's very good. So I'm looking forward to another one.
So we'll do Ramsey Campbell in April, then we do Richard Lehman in May.
No.
That's not going to work for you.
It's never going to happen.
Okay. So
never going to happen.
Is on my way.
I'm so disappointed.
What? Why are you disappointed?
Because Bad is Rad is buying Richard Lehman.
Michael, what is your spirit animal?
I don't know what that means. I don't have a spirit. I'm a militant atheist. I think my spirit animal is a slug.
A slug?
Yeah, I think so.
You have to remember that Frankenstein. Yeah, we know that, guys. We're moving on from Frankenstein now. More Ramsey Campbell reviews, please. Okay, we'll do. How about we do a buddy read and then we do a review? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, check out my video. Check out my video of the Lonely Lands that I did last month
for Ramsey Campbell.
Yeah, his most recent one.
Okay. So with the buddy reads thing, I have to write everything down because I've got a mind like a sieve. If I don't write things down, I forget. So straight after this, I have to go and write it down, and I have to talk to you because I forget things, and then I feel like an idiot because people say, "Oh, you're supposed to buddy read this with me," and I can't remember. Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
No, yeah. Cheers, bad. Okay. Thanks for being here. Okay, bye, Rod. Cheers, Rod. Anyone read House of Leaves? I tried.
Yeah, I talk about House of Leaves on almost like half of my videos are about House of Leaves. I feel like masterpiece. Have you read this one yet?
I'm going to try again. I tried when I was too young. I need to give it another chance.
Yeah, take your time with it too. It takes a while. Just don't rush it.
That's the problem. It's a huge time. So many books to read before you die, or you kick the bucket, and this thing just seems like it's going to take forever. That's what I'm worried about. 10 pages a day for a few weeks, and then you'll get into it, and you'll eat it up after that. But the first 150 pages or so, it takes nice and slow. Okay,
that was my experience with it. Yeah.
Okay. When did you read it? How old were you when you read it?
I read it last year.
Okay, so I'll try to read it when I was 16, 17. Probably not a good idea.
No.
Okay. What's this now? Bye-bye. Enjoy the grapes. What is the cheapest way to self-publish? What is the cheapest way to self-publish?
KDP, Amazon, you pay $0. You should never pay to self-publish. You should never pay to publish in any form.
Yeah. So you got it Amazon?
Yeah. It doesn't cost anything.
Solid House of using a board. I need to give it another shot. Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I to be honest with you, the first 150 pages of it, I struggled, and it wasn't until about page 150, 160 when it really hit with me and I started to roll.
Okay, I was bored
with House of Leaves. Yeah, it's tough. You have to stick with it.
Creatures you love or hate.
What does POS mean?
Piece of shit. I think it means piece of shit.
Okay.
Yeah. However, the creature, my soulmate, and sad but true. But we're moving on from Frankenstein people. Elizabeth from Suffer the Children was the most disturbing little girl.
Yeah, her father wasn't so much better, but yeah, I like the characters in that book.
Looking forward to your top 100 books, Tiff. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Well, 90 to 81 tomorrow. I'm not sure how many of them you're going to enjoy. Maybe you need to wait to get to my top 50. Then that's when it gets serious, you know? What she made that little boy do with the cost with the cats. I don't know anything about that book yet. So
it's stuff for the children, yeah.
Yeah. And people have told me that. That's the whole point of the book. Have either of you read Poor Things or watched the movie adaptation? If not, I'm just wondering what you think of his take on Frankenstein.
I've never heard of this.
I've never heard of Frankenstein.
No. Anything Frankenstein related is just not going to work on me. I have, like, at this point, it's I have too much animosity built up, and I'm resistant.
Can you see how dark it's getting already here? Remember I said by 6 o'clock? That's why originally I said we're going to do it at 4. And then I said, no, let's do it at 5 because more people will tune in. Mm-hmm. But as soon as it gets 6 o'clock and it's overcast and it's rainy today, so it gets gloomy and you can't.
But it looks great. You've got a nice horror vibe to you. It's like you're telling us a campfire ghost story or something. It looks good.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
It's starting to get, it's getting chilly now all of a sudden. He is no Robert R. McCammon. Yeah, I really dropped the ball with McCammon because you've been raving about him. I wanted to read Boy's Life for the longest time, and I ended up reading Usher's Passing. I hated it.
My wife just turned the light on, so I feel a bit better now.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you read Swan Song?
No, I can't read McCammon because I read Usher's Passing and I hated it. And so now, I don't know how you feel about this, but me, if I read an author and I have a very bad experience with the author, it's unlikely I will give them a second chance. And sometimes if I pick the wrong book, like with McCammon,
I think you should try Boy's Life. I
could try Boy's Life.
You didn't enjoy it?
No, I should try. I didn't. It was Usher's Passing.
No, I'm saying you need to snap out of that idea that you read one author once and you don't like them, and that's it. Remember that was also early in his career, right? It was one of the first books he actually wrote, so he was still new in his craft. I'm telling you now, Boy's Life and Swan Song are utter genius. Utter genius. They're both in my top 10 books ever. Swan Song is my favorite book ever. Both.
Right. Yeah.
And Swan Song is my favorite book of all time.
Those are also really big books too.
And I think Boy's Life is probably 5 or 6, but for a lot of people, it's their best book ever.
Yeah.
So I mean, you must.
I don't know if I must. I might.
Oh, I like Michael McDowell very much. Yeah. You must read from Michael McDowell. What's that story?
The Elementals? Is that Michael McDowell?
Elementals. Yeah. Very good.
Mm.
Okay. Read it.
Yeah, the Elementals. So Nightmares. The Elementals did not work on me at all.
Not at all.
No, I mean I get why people might like it, but the whole Southern U.S. thing, I don't. It doesn't work on me, and it's a ghost story, and ghost stories generally don't work on me.
Okay. See, even with you guys love and hate, Cliff, you got it just plain fun. I'm not sure.
Got it. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah. So I'm the fun guy. That's why.
Yeah, I know I'm the grumpy reader. I need to get out of that. I need to get out of the grumpy reader thing.
No. Do yourself a favor, first of all. And if you've read a book that you can't stand from an author for the first time, find a book that people recommend that's much better than the book that you read and try that book. Do yourself a favor this year. Read Boy's Life. Read Boy's Life. If not Boy's Life, then Swan Song. But one of those two.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah. Because I know Chris and I both read, like Richard Lehman, Chris and I both read a book by him that we both really enjoyed. And I've heard before The Cellar is absolutely terrible. But the other books are much better than it. You know?
But the Cellar was terrible and it was offensive. So that's tough. That's too much to overcome.
Yeah. So we can't agree on Lehman. I won't even pick up one of his books based on what I've heard about him.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about the live and YouTube didn't notify me. Sorry. Oh, hello, Rue. Yeah.
Hi, Rue. Team Michael, is it? I won't be reading Layman either. I trust my friends that say he's not for me.
So just to catch Brew up, Dark Vanessa has been getting a lot of hate in the comment section.
Big time.
Cliff and I are hating on Frankenstein, and some of the commenters are trying to defend it. And we're going back and forth on Richard Layman. And Cliff is trying to get me to read Boy's Life. I think that's it. I think that's
Swan Song. Yeah.
Swan Song's 1,000 pages. I'm not going to read.
That's a shortened version. That's a short version of what's been happening tonight.
That's a lot to ask from an author I didn't have a good experience with.
Yeah.
I'm tackling House of Leaves in November of this year. Does anyone want to join me? There you go. But please take longer than 1 month to read it. Don't try to read it in 1 month. I think it took me six weeks, and I have a lot of free time. So bear that in mind.
Cheers, dude. He's off now. Stay scared, everyone. Okay, let's see. Cheers, Richard. 1 week for November, and I'll try again. Hi, Richard. Cheers, Leslie. I already did it, and once is enough for me.
What is it she did? Read House of Leaves?
I think so. It's not really the kind of book you want to reread, do you? Not really.
No.
I mean, it'll have. You say it's a masterpiece, but it's one of those books that will have an effect on you the time you read it. But you're not going to want to go through that whole process again.
No, I don't think it's a reread. No, that would be a strange book to reread, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen, Vanessa. No. You have a better chance convincing me to read Frankenstein again than to read Richard Layman. But neither of those things is going to happen.
Yeah, I'm reading Boy's Life again tonight.
For the 9th time. Okay.
Yeah, pretty impressed. Nothing as bad as Lisa Frankenstein. Okay, I think we're winding down here. You get that feeling?
I'm getting a feeling it's getting kind of chilly out here. I kind of regret going outside.
Shame. You say a storm's coming.
No, the skies are clear. It just, I don't know. For some reason, it's just windy and chilly.
Okay, I'm going to skip through some of these guys because we're going to hit the road now. I tried 4 of Neville's.
I tried 4 of Neville's, but I just did not like any of them. Okay, well, 4 is a lot. If you didn't like 4, he's probably not the writer for you.
Yeah.
How to self-publish for free. I wrote a lot of poetry a while ago, and I don't know how to get it published. Self-publishing free should be free. You don't pay, like KDP, Amazon. You don't pay anything for it. The Cellar came out in 1980. Exactly, 1980.
Was that part of your series?
Yes, it was. It was part. That was the kickoff to my series. 80s retrospective. But I do not think Michael would like Layman. No, Michael hates Layman. Another one for when it was published. There were not books like that, and that is why people loved him. The year after The Cellar came out, there's a book that came out called Disturb Not the Dream, and that is extreme, and it is gorgeously written. It is beautiful, and it's extreme. The Cellar, he makes no effort. He doesn't care about his story, about the characters or the readers. If you check out Disturb Not the Dream, if you want like the shock of Richard Layman, but you want actually well-written story. Swan song is. Did you lose me? No, there you are.
Way better than the stands. Thanks for the recap. I hate Frankenstein too. Hey!
Yay!
We're not going to be popular doing that, Michael.
Yes, we are. Apparently, we are. I think we have more haters than lovers. No.
We're both published. Yeah, Leslie. Okay, smooches and stabs. Yeah.
So, Cliff, can I ask you, Cliff, what videos do you have coming up? You're going to do your top. You're going to do your top 100, 90,
yeah.
90 to 81.
90 to 81. Probably a tag video on Tuesday.
And tag on Tuesday.
I'm a little bit behind on my tags.
Okay.
And then on Thursday, probably catch up with everything I've been reading. It's probably my next 3. What? What were you thinking?
No, I just wanted to know.
Wait. Yeah, on Wednesday. Sorry, on Wednesday, I'm joining a live chat with the All About Holly group.
Oh, okay.
And that's,
all right.
And that's for the Outsider. The Outsider, which I'm busy now as well. So there's about 4 or 5 of us doing that on Greg's channel, another bibliophile reads, and we're discussing the Outsider. So that's Wednesday night. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually quite busy this week. I've got a video every week. Every day.
Wow.
Yeah. Cheers.
I try to do 3. I try to do 3 a week, and already that's a lot for me.
3 a week. It is quite a lot, eh?
Astrology is an incredible book. You hit that one on the head of the nail. All right.
Right.
I love it. I love it when I do that. That doesn't happen always. Steph Lummies is free. However, do yourself a favor and get a cover designer and certainly a good editor. Poor editing kills self-publishing books. Yeah, but getting a good editor is hit or miss. I mean, how do you know if they're good?
Yeah, so it's everyone's saying.
And also, in poetry is a little bit different. I don't know if you really need an editor for poetry.
Okay,
I will put out. I do need to put out more videos on writing and publishing, but I'm not going to do self-publishing. I want to do a video about publishing scams that I've been seeing come up. I'll probably do one of those this week.
Publishing scams.
Yeah, like these are some publishing scams you need to be aware of. I think that's a video I'm going to put out next week. But the next video is going to be on my take on His Pain and Extreme Horror.
Okay. I'm going to watch that. When is that coming out? Because I'm trying to think whether I should give Ross James White another try after.
It's super short. It's like 110 pages. I read it in basically one sitting. I don't know. It's coming out, I think, on Tuesday, probably. I'll put it out.
I just found The Resurrection is just so sick. I'm sorry, I found it so sick. The Resurrectionist. So yeah, we'll see. But after reading The Black Farm, I think my tolerance level is kind of dropped down. The Black Farm is very bad.
The Black Farm is not Wrath James White, is it?
No. It's Elias Witherow. But it's believe me when I say it's extreme. It is the most.
Is it Eraserhead Publishing?
I don't know who published it, but all I know is I have to warn you, it is probably the most disturbing thing I've ever read. No, the most disturbing book I've ever read was a short little novella called what's it called now?
Gone to See the Riverman.
No, I loved it. No, that was beautiful. It's called No One Rides for Free.
Yeah. Okay.
No One Rides for Free. It is sexual violence and disturbing crap that you cannot believe. You cannot believe. And it's from a female author. And I know she's done some other very good work. But I read this and I thought, what am I reading? It really.
I don't have the stomach for sexual violence, to be honest with you.
Yeah. They don't read that book. No, you don't want to read that book. Okay, dude, are we gonna say bye-bye to everyone here? And then we can don't disappear. I'll say how's it to you on the other side.
Okay.
We'll say bye-bye to everyone, and then we'll have a quick chat.
Okay, I'm not touching anything.
Nice chatting to everyone. Thanks for coming. Take care. Cheers, guys. We are going to end the stream in 3, 2, 1.